Aaron Samuels, Superintendent Commanding Officer for the St. James Division. Since 2025, we've had only one murder in St. James. Last week, Friday. Last year, this time, we would have had 10 murders. We are very sure that we are going to be working hard to ensure that we reach that below 100 target that we have set. The men and women on the ground, they are very upbeat, and they are convinced that, based on the successes that they had last year, that they can better that. They have told me that they will better it, and we are working with the communities. We are working with the representatives as well to see how best we can engage the communities in a lot more social engagement, community engagement, and we are reaping the rewards from that. We are seeing where the momentum is picking up on the ground in terms of persons, being fearing law and order, ensuring that they're working with law and order, and we are ensuring that the township, as best as possible, remains safe.
Excellent. Tell me something, how are the Zozos helped you? How are they
last year,
figuring in your crime strategy?
Last year, the zones of special operation in Norwood, we had no murders in Norwood for the period. In Mount Salem, we had a little issue which was dealt with, and we are seeing low figures within that space. And based on the trajectory this year, we are projecting that we'll have a good year as well in both zones.
So from a strategic perspective, community engagement is important. Engaging the citizenry is important. That's very, we tend to see policing in hard terms, in kinetic terms, but another dimension of policing is trying to get the citizen to be a warden of their own peace.
Definitely.
And involving them in the organization and leadership of their community is important. That is not seen sometimes as a policing role, but it is a critical role. And so you are working, I'm certain, with all the other community intervention programs that are there.
Definitely. And even right before you came, we had a discussion, the council and I, to increase the kind of engagement in the flanker community. I know they have not had many events within the community. They have applied for stuff, but what we are going to do is work on a project with them, helping them to organize themselves in how they apply for events to ensure that they do everything according to the law. And then we'll start working with them to have more events within the community and to engage them with more community meetings and more activities.
The Minister of National Security, many years ago in 2015, he invited me to tour his constituency.
Yes.
And one of the things I was very impressed with is that Minister Chang focused heavily on community centers and interventions, community interventions. When he became minister, we looked at a strategy, and that strategy clearly sought to bring the policing element in line with the community intervention element. Because what was happening before is that the two weren't aligned. So they were both operating in the space, the community intervention and security intervention, but they weren't aligned. And for them to be aligned, the first thing you need to do is to clear the space. So that you need to have a strong, well-respected security border and boundary. In other words, there needs to be a clearly defined space, and people need to respect that boundary. And then you build in that space. And we have been building in that space. And now we are now in most of these spaces, we are in the hold space. So we have cleared them, and we are holding them, and we are transitioning now into the building. And you're seeing, I can say that in Norwood and in Mount Salem, you have seen significant community interventions, whether it is in terms of getting citizens registered in various programs, schools, police stations, infrastructure development. So it's all working together, coming together. And it's clear that from the security side of things, you understand how important it is to integrate the police into it. And you have excellent leadership here.
Definitely.
And I'm seeing where it is making an impact.
Thank you,
All the best.